Okay. Um, Welcome. This will be probably, hopefully, the last stream, at least for a bit, until they release more of Project Eden's Garden. Um, Last time we had found a dead body of sorts, except it was a fake, and it was a recreation of a crime scene that happened apparently years back in the story. And we investigated. Now we have to do a class trial. Let me get the game up for you guys. This thing's gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna be patient with it. Oh goodness. Yeah, I've been a mess. So I've been like playing all sorts of random shit, like the Portal thing and Fall Guys and whatnot. It's I wanted to do something a bit different those times and whatnot. After this, I'll be doing Virtue's Last Reward on Saturdays for like 6 hours. I'm still gonna be doing Terraria. I'm gonna do Portal 2 on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays? Yes, Tuesdays. And Thursday, hopefully next time I will get back to Lysander's part of the artwork because I've been postponing and avoiding that so much because it scares me how difficult it is. This thing's gonna load. Any moment now. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go gameplay, select capture, Project Garden, done. Okay. Sorry, I really like the fucking noise. Why do I feel like it's so loud? But you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go with it. Load game. The only slot I have. Would you like to load this? Okay, that music. Wait, no. Hold on. I guess Oh, it's weird. Each game has different settings. It just lowered the moment I got to. Interesting. Okay, the music got better. The volume got better. Anyways, we will continue and begin the class trial. View trinket. Truth bullets. What do we got? What do we got? The victim is Kara Koskinen, the ultimate teacher's aide. She was stabbed in the torso 28 times. The victim also suffered chemical burns to the head. Most notable burns are to her eyes and scalp. Cause of death is blood loss. Time of death is unknown. I'm thinking, well, we'll see. Next is the bloody knife, a blood-soaked knife found at the scene of the crime. Then there is the assault rifle. There was a fully loaded assault rifle next to the victim's body. It was speckled with blood. It could have gotten blood. I just wonder why that was there. Maybe there's something important about that rifle. There's definitely, it's obviously something important about that rifle. Why would it be there otherwise? Bucket. A bucket was found lying on its side in the janitor's closet. The interior bucket reeked of bleach. Victim's hands. There was dry blood underneath the victim's nails. The rest of her hands were clean. They didn't say anything about the bleach missing from the. Why are there not missing bleach bottles? I feel like there should be more a little bit more evidence. Truth bullets here, but okay. Maybe they'll be presented later on by other characters who noticed said things or whatever. Who knows? Now I'm gonna formulate at least some little connections, some theories before I immediately jump into this. So first off, the bucket has bleach. And if you notice, her body has chemical burns. I'm thinking the bleach could have like burned. Oh. Idea. So this is what happened. Person came and conked her really hard, so hard that she started bleeding. she bled from the head and died of blood loss. Then the person decided to stab her 28 times. Then what happened was they used the bleach to clean off the blood from the head wounds, giving chemical burns so that it wouldn't look like there was blood there and wouldn't look like they were hit there. It would look like they were chemically burned there. That way they would think the death was from the knife. And for some reason, I feel like the assault rifle is there so that it was there. They probably placed it there so that it would catch the blood spatter from the knife stabbing, so that they say, oh well, if it wasn't the knife, then how could you explain the blood splatter on here? On top of that, they also used the bleach probably to clean up all the blood. Although, these are my theories. There's two possibilities. They clean up the blood to make it look like the body was hurt somewhere else. Like the body, like the murder was done somewhere else. But that, they could also have done it where they didn't even clean the floor. They actually did move the body. But then, why isn't there blood? They probably stabbed the body in the same place, cleaned up the blood, then they moved the whole body after it was dead, and moved it to that room. Placed the gun there. That was one of the things they didn't clean off the blood. It was really shitty. Either way, is it incongruency? I know inconsistency is one of the words, but I wanted to use a different word. Oh well. Let me not try to be Sunday word right now. There's an inconsistency there with the whole there being stuff that has blood, but the floor has no blood. So either it happened, that has to come up. Either it occurred there and they bleached the floor, and all that, or they did not bleach there and it happened somewhere else. But we didn't discover anywhere else at all, like everywhere like that had blood. Everywhere else we've been, unless somebody found a room while we were investigating, while they were looking around, and they found a room with blood. I guess we'll see. I'm keeping the same. Just difficulty just in case. Normal only. Also, I see a really freaking creepy thing up there. If you see it between the snake and the court preparation, there's a really fucking creepy face, and I'm terrified of it. Okay, let's begin the class trial. I don't know how the controls work in these games. I've never played a Danganronpa game or any of the fan games, so this is my first time with these kinds of games. Yeah.
Let's begin with a brief explanation of the class trial.
That creepy ass mask that I hate. Oh, no, not Otto.
The objective here is simple. Explain how the murder took place. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue what you believe happened to the victim.
I will say I love the stained glass everywhere.
Should you all agree on the right answer, you will be free to leave this place. Should you all agree on the wrong answer, well, you'll find out. That's all there is to it. Have fun, everybody.
That last part just makes me think of Aoxys on my roleplay server getting triggered whenever I say, you'll see, with like the freaking, whenever there's like some sort of plot thing and she has questions and I can't spoil it, I just say, you'll see, and she hates it. She gets triggered so hard. She thinks I'm plotting shit, and to the extent, yes, I am plotting shit.
Somebody, get me out of here.
If this is something we must discuss, I know a good place to start.
Get me out of here, 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 get me out of here!
Oh my god.
Ah! Somebody get me out of here!
That's what you get.
What happened to her? Oh, shit! They fried her brain!
Calm down, it's only a shock. She won't suffer any permanent side effects. If I wanted to see the brain dead bicker, I'd just turn on the telly.
How roast, but I kind of slightly agree.
On that note, please, carry on.
Also welcome. Holy shit. The people running this thing aren't playing around.
As you were saying, Wolfgang?
Right. The way I see it, the objective of this
By the way, can I get like a seat with this thing?
You're so dying first.
I'm just gonna be an onlooker. It's only fair.
You're seriously not going to contribute?
Of course he's not.
What am I even supposed to do?
You're so dying first.
Put your detective hat on, buddy. We're here to solve a mystery.
Yeah. Who murdered that dummy chick, right?
Not who murdered her, how they murdered her.
Did that tablet not explain it?
It listed her wounds, yes, but it didn't explain how they were inflicted.
Probably because it's so obvious.
That's what they always want you to think.
But, Miss Amber, you didn't even read the tablet.
And I don't have to.
Oh my god.
Would you look at that? A debate's already underway.
Yes, shut her up. That's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. I've never seen them shut up a character like that. Oh, they finally have done it. That's the sound of a non-stop debate approaching. Oh no! Wait, do I have it? No. During non-stop debates, your classmates will speak one after another without interruption. Students may say things that contradict the truth, and it is your job to determine which statements must be broken in order to progress the trial. Sorry that my pacing is weird, it's just having to read it weirdly. For your ammo, Okay, for your ammo, you have been armed with truth bullets you gathered during the investigation. Truth bullets that are relevant to the debate will be loaded into your truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim your reticle, and press the right key to fire. Right key? We're right-clicking? I thought it was left-click. You want to aim for words highlighted in gold. Those are the weak spots. A lie or contradiction may be hiding within a weak spot. Carefully compare your classmates' statements to the evidence you have gathered, and use the correct truth bullet to destroy the relevant weak spot. If things are flying by too fast, use the space bar to concentrate. This will temporarily slow down time. Speaking of time, be sure not to run out of it. It is an automatic game over. Are you fucking kidding me? They put this on shit on hard mode? God, give me a break. I've never played one of these games. I should have can I change my difficulty, please? Not that someone of your caliber would ever fail. Oh, you have too much faith in me, my dude. Anyway, press the F3 key to revisit those controls whenever you wish. That is all for now. Don't jump to too many conclusions. I don't like this. Okay. Right click. That's such a weird fucking only assault rifle.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she died.
Is that true?
Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big scary gun?
Ah, that's right. There was a gun.
There's a timer.
You hear that,
like
liar man?
I fucked up,
She
guys.
agrees.
I fucked up. Game over already. I lost. Oh no. Aren't always the smartest. Fortunately, an uninformed argument is never difficult to shoot down.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she
I
died.
don't like having
Is that true?
a weird
Objection!
offset. I wish it would just
It's
shoot them
obvious
away,
what
like,
the murder weapon
right click.
was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood besides that big scary gun? Ah, that's right.
This
there
is
was
so
a
hard.
gun. You hear that,
Why is it
liar
slow?
man?
It's all
She agrees.
It's like slow. I hate slow. Yeah, we know.
The mystery was never about who
Is there a way to,
killed
like,
Kara,
scrub?
but how she
Like,
died.
speed this up.
Is that true? Objection! It's obvious what the murder weapon was.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty bloody.
And what could have spilt that blood
God.
besides that big scary gun?
Come on.
Oh, that's
literally
right.
Missed
There
it by
was
like
a gun.
Fucking centimeter.
You hear that, liar man? She agrees.
You can see again. I'm bad at this. I don't know this. I haven't done this before. Yes, we know. Jesus Christ.
The mystery was never about who killed Kara, but how she
Might be
died.
here for a while,
Is
guys.
that
Just a
true?
heads up. This is already
Objection!
looking bad for
It's
me.
obvious what the murder weapon was.
Not that.
I didn't get a good look at the crime scene, but the body was pretty
Normally
bloody.
not like this.
And what could have spilt that blood
the hitbox should be
besides that big scary gun?
No, that's
It is also a little bit slow. It's like delayed, and I don't like delays. I don't like delays. I don't like delays. I don't like
Cassidy,
skips.
can you stop butting in? You barely investigated the crime scene to begin with.
Whoa, what? I searched that place from top to bottom.
All right, then tell me, how was a fully loaded assault rifle used as the murder weapon?
That's easy. It wasn't.
I don't know if you heard that loud ass slap, but that was me face palming.
Obviously, the shooter reloaded their gun to full capacity. Any smart shooter could tell you that. Right, Desmond?
What is that?
Why are you bringing me into this?
Except, the victim suffered multiple stab wounds to the torso. If a gun was fired, not only should the body have had bullet wounds, but there would be shell casings from the fired bullets.
Is it
We
just?
saw neither at the crime scene.
I probably haven't heard his voice in a while, and that's why. So I could be wrong on this, but to me, in this specific segment, he sounds like he has a deeper, more mature voice than he had at the very beginning. It's weird.
Details. If the gun didn't do that, chicken, what was the actual murder weapon?
Hold on. It's leaving my screen. Actual murder weapon, that's all it is. Is it really gonna be this easy?
I got it.
Or it could, well,
The bloody knife. It's just so blatantly obvious. It was literally right next to the victim's body.
Why so Cam's razor gotta ruin everything?
Interesting. Both the knife and the rifle were present at the crime scene, but only the knife was used.
Kind of weird choosing the inferior weapon.
Nothing beats the sting of a sharpened blade.
you know what I'm always curious about? How did they get such like good audio quality when recording?
If the
Probably
killer
through
didn't use the rifle, why was it at the crime scene?
But like also like with like they probably have those sound things that you put on the wall to cancel sound. I need those in my room because God, I'm a sensitive sleeper.
Maybe it came from inside the closet.
Don't see why you'd be storing a gun in a janitor's closet.
That is true, but is there anywhere that you would normally store something like of that caliber in the building? No, I don't think so.
Man, I don't know.
Finally.
What if it's not even related to the murder?
I don't know about that, but we don't have enough information to prove whether it is or not. It's not, or well, whether it is or not. Some people just have setups and egg cartons, foam soundproof. Huh.
Of course it's related. It's covered in blood.
Oh no.
I guess.
Everyone's starting to yell.
Oh my God, this guy is. This guy's got anger issues. Kind of like me when I'm playing Fall Guys.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
It's easy to assume the killer was the one holding the gun, but I keep forgetting spaces for. Okay. Considering the details of the victim's death, I'm inclined to think otherwise.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife.
So I think I know what I'm supposed to go with here.
Odd
I
choice.
hope a left click works.
I bet that gun didn't even work.
No, left click doesn't
These
work.
days, it's
Why is
all
it
about
right click? That's
aesthetics
such a
over
weird
effectiveness.
button choice.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be the
Oh, I
aesthetic.
can do this! I found it! Left shift. Yeah.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife.
Opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't work. It's all about aesthetics.
If the gun was broken,
Shit!
then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet,
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
Why is it? How do I turn that off? How do I turn that noise off? I think I did. Okay, that was weird.
To reiterate,
Both the rifle were next to the victim. Yet they opted for
Odd choice.
You're a.
if the gun was broken, then the killer.
What?
Are you out of it? That has nothing to do with anything.
I don't understand.
to reiterate, both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's body.
Yet they opted for the knife. Odd choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work. These days, it's all about aesthetics over effectiveness.
That's like your opinion, lady.
If the gun was broken, then the killer would have no reason to bring it with them. And yet, they did.
Watch it be for the aesthetic.
I don't understand.
To reiterate, both the rifle and the knife to the victim.
They opted for the choice.
That gun didn't even work. Oh, you agree? Oh, thanks, sweetheart.
How do I... Oh,
Wait,
it's left.
the evidence Damon presented doesn't support that.
I did not get flustered, no. I'm already doing
To
bad at
reiterate,
this.
both the rifle and the knife were next to the victim's
So
body.
it has to do with
Yet
that
they opted for the knife. Good choice.
I bet that gun didn't even work.
If the gun was broken, the killer.
No, that's wrong! What the fuck? I don't understand. Why? Because he was hinting about...
Stop that thought right there. If we keep assuming the killer had the gun, we'll end up running in circles.
I don't understand the logic into why you would use the tablet. Let's see what happens.
What? You think the killer was unarmed?
No, they were definitely armed. With the knife. The reason they didn't use a gun is probably because they never had it to begin with.
But then, who did?
Easy. The victim.
Whoa, the dummy had the gun?
If it wasn't the killer, it has to be her. She must have brought it to the closet. She was probably carrying it before the murder, but dropped it when the killer attacked her.
There's something important about that gun then.
Oh.
Why would she be
I guess that
carrying
makes
it?
some sense.
Complete sense.
You can just carry a gun into a place like that.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Aren't you overlooking something?
But how does that the file? I just don't see how that piece of evidence connects that way.
Huh?
But okay, I guess.
The victim was stabbed from the front, meaning she could have seen the killer coming, correct?
Because it does. That file does not specifically say, "Oh, the victim brought the gun with them." It does not state that. So why would you use that as a thing to prove that it just doesn't make sense. You would use the assault rifle and talk about the assault rifle at least because you're talking about the assault rifle. So why on earth, unless it's saying unless they're trying to use the case file to represent the victim, in which case, wait, no. Oh wait, I see. Because that's more like by process of elimination and not by actually. That just doesn't make sense. That one piece of evidence with contradicting that one piece of testimony it doesn't make sense to me. But okay.
If so, why didn't she shoot them?
A stealth attack! I bet the killer memorized her AI movements.
What if she could have grabbed the gun, knowing that someone was after her, and grabbed it out of self-defense. As I was saying, I don't know if I said it last stream, but I was definitely thinking that the blood marks are actually like handprint. Oh, wait, but it couldn't be because her hands are clean. But then that would have left chemical burns, so never mind. Jeez, brain. She could have just carried it for some reason that we don't know of. Don't have proof of yet.
That girl must have been killed before she had the chance to defend herself.
That's not technically true. There's evidence of a struggle between the victim and the killer.
Oh. Evidence that shows the victim attempted to fight back. Oh, that's where the victim's hands come into play.
This is it. We found dry blood under the victim's fingernails, which implies she was clawing at her attacker. Of course, no explanation is definitive without photo proof of the killer, but I'm confident this is what happened.
Why would you resort to scratching when you're carrying a gun?
Oh, that is true.
Did something get in the way of her using it?
Wonder if that killer stole it from her.
That could be a possibility.
She should have seen or heard him coming from the hallway at the very least.
Why do you think she was in the hallway?
That's where the fight happened, right?
I think you're getting ahead of yourself. How can we be sure the fight happened there?
Maybe the fight started in the hallway, and after it ended, her body was dragged into the closet.
If that happened, shouldn't there have been streaks of blood on the floor? Or in the hallway?
But at the same time, bleach can clean that shit up.
Drag marks? Can't say I saw any.
It was merely a jest. No need to take it so seriously.
Instead of dragging the victim, what if the killer carried her?
Also a possibility. I just love how she's just dead as a little
I don't know why they would want to
dead.
do that, but it would explain the lack of drag marks.
But then, wouldn't the killer have been covered in...
Blood. Aye. It should have gotten everywhere.
Bleach.
Those wounds were brutal. A few inches deep, I reckon. Carrying her would have done nothing to stop the blood flow.
That is correct.
Good point.
She was obviously killed in the closet. That's where the blood was?
Yes, you're right. I'm so sorry for derailing the conversation.
But I didn't see blood on the floor. That's the weird thing when I went to investigate.
Moving on. That fight. The victim had the gun, but she was overpowered?
If she wanted to, she could have just,
Pew pew.
It doesn't make much sense, does it?
What if the gun did something we're missing? Something that explains how the victim was overpowered. I know I'm the only one who can figure that out. Alright. I'll talk about agree points. During the last non-stop debate, you would have noticed that some phrases were blue. Bet you weren't expecting that, huh? I was actually half expecting it, to be honest. Those phrases are called degree points. They are counterparts. They are the counterpart to weak points. As the name would suggest, if an agree point aligns with the evidence you've gathered, you can use your truth bullets to prove it correct. Simply aim your reticle at it, as you would with a weak spot, and shoot. There. In pursuit of the truth, you must be prepared to corroborate your classmates' testimonies. When it would be wise to do so is for you to figure out. Good luck. I don't even know. Reading these, I'm like fumbling. Oh jeez, okay. We got 3 now. Bucket, tablet.
That salami killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hands.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend? I know I wouldn't hurt a friend.
No.
She tried clawing their eyes out.
Exactly. Thank you. Everyone's got a theory, but who has the actual answer?
That salami killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hands.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see them coming.
Maybe she thought the killer was her friend? I know I wouldn't hurt a friend.
She tried clawing their eyes out.
That salami killer pulled a fast one and knocked the gun out of her hands.
By the sounds of it, those two did have a crazy tussle.
But she still carried a gun. So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even see.
Oh, jeez.
Appreciate the support.
That salami killer pulled a fast one.
So why didn't she shoot?
I bet that girl didn't even.
There we go.
I got
Just
it.
the eye thing. The eye got her eye got messed up because of the bleed, because of the chemical burns.
John actually has a point. The victim probably couldn't see what was going on. According to the tablet, she suffered chemical burns to the face and eyes. That sort of injury would have effectively blinded her.
Yeah.
Also, inside the janitor's closet, there was a large empty bottle of bleach. That's probably the chemical that caused the burns.
Oh, my brain just had an idea. What if they pulled that bucket of water over the door prank, but with bleach to blind them? They set it up ahead of time, knowing they were going to go there with the rifle. That she opens the door, she gets blinded, so the person can take advantage of that blindness to attack her and make it easier to kill her. Because, which would mean it'd be somebody who was not confident in killing her of their own like accord. They'd have to like weaken her. They have to go to the length of weakening her because they weren't confident that they'd be able to kill her. Interesting.
Blinded? With bleach? That's horrible!
All that pain, yet she still managed to fight back?
She sure put up a struggle. Without a gun, I guess the next best thing was her hands.
So the killer was definitely the one who blinded her.
Indeed. Knowing she had a gun, he blinded her to make her less dangerous. Then, when he pinned her against the door and stabbed her, she tried to retaliate.
Until eventually dying from her wounds.
Jeez, this is brutal.
Wait a
Couldn't they
minute.
have toned down the violence?
Wait a minute. What if the person was already inside ahead of time with the bucket, waiting for their victim? They blinded them as they blinded her as she opened the door, and then the whole thing happened.
The past is in the past, and we can't change that. All we can do is solve her untimely death, eh?
I mean, by the sounds of it, we've already figured it out, right?
No, not yet.
Seriously?
But we've already discussed so much!
This is why we have a lawyer here. To know what we are missing.
We know she was armed. We know she was blinded. We figured out how she died. How is this not a closed case?
Please understand, I'm proud of everyone's hard work so far. Because of you, we're one step closer to bringing the victim justice.
This was never about the dummy.
However, we should think of this case like an equation. Knowing how it works is only half the struggle. Now we need to figure out why.
That is correct.
As in, the motive?
Ding, ding, ding.
You're on the right track.
You speak like we have any information on the killer. The man's a stock image. He doesn't even have a name. What are we supposed to ascertain from that? That he's a non-character?
Not every answer will be written down for you. Sometimes actions speak louder than...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold the phone!
She's back. Oh no.
Grace?
Whoa, what? Since when was Grace back to normal?
Right now, soybean. Watching you guys try to solve this mystery has been like watching a dumpster catch on fire. I guess all that smoke must have clouded your vision, 'cause there's a big-ass elephant in this room.
An elephant in the room?
That's giving us too much credit.
So the killer incapacitated that girl. She had a gun, it makes total sense. Problem is, you've yet to explain how he used
Thank
the
you.
bleach.
That is true. That is true.
I sort of assumed he spilled it on the victim.
Yeah, but not everyone might be on the same page. It's good to clarify and make sure everyone's on the same page if we're going to do a proper vote and come to a proper verdict.
Right. He just tipped the bottle over her.
That bottle is where the bleach came from, sure. But I doubt the bottle itself was involved in the murder. When we found it, it was neatly ordered on a shelf near the back of the closet. The gun and knife were just thrown on the floor. So it's weird this weapon was handled so differently.
Do you think the killer just poured the contents of that bottle into something else?
Sure, before the actual murder took place, I'd say.
And what is this something else? Go on, explain it before this dumpster turns molten.
Before we move on from the subject, we need to make sure its logic is completely sound. Alright then, let's put out this fire. The bucket. The bucket. It was the bucket. Now I gotta use the bucket.
Well, if the original bottle's been emptied, where'd the bleach go?
Into another bottle?
What about a container? There were a bunch in the closet.
I bet the killer had a secret water gun.
No.
So when the victim came in, pow! He squirted her in the eyes.
Hey! The ink vanishes when the battle's over.
Call the fire brigade, Grace.
To inflict those chemical burns, you gotta have to use something like what? Yeah, I know what it is.
Well, if the original bottle's been the bleach.
Into.
What about a
Finally.
I got it.
I get my consent with the oh god.
She's correct. The killer put the chemicals in a bucket. Or, more specifically, the same bucket we found at the crime scene. After all, it reeked of bleach. If the killer didn't use it to transport bleach, what else did they use it for? Personal cleaning? I doubt it.
Yo, that makes sense!
A broken clock is right twice a day.
Okay, cool. So, how'd the killer use that bucket to spill bleach in the victim's eyes?
It would be a fairly heavy bucket, so it's unlikely he threw it on her.
She'd shoot him before he even had the chance. Use your brain, mate.
Of course, my apologies.
The bucket on the door trick. The bucket on the door trick. The bucket on the door trick.
Even if he did manage to splash her, the girl should have sustained intense facial burns. However, aside from her eyes, her face was relatively untouched.
Weird.
Well, if you check the tablet, it said she had burns
So
to
the
the
scalp
scalp,
too, which means it came from above, which means the door trick.
Burns to the scalp? How does that work? Unless those chemicals came from above?
Now you're thinking what doors? Above. Yes, that's right, above.
Did the killer somehow suspend the bucket in the air?
The door trick.
Maybe there was a mechanism that made it tip over when someone entered the room.
Yes, Eloise, I love you.
Where's this bucket supposed to be again?
Above. Which, well, could mean anything.
Dude.
Was the killer hiding above the door frame?
I don't think that's possible. Door frames are really small and spaces used between the ceiling and the door frame are short. Still, if they were tall, door frames are so small, there's no way you could get on there and stay on there.
There's no way they were up there. There's nothing for them to sit or hold on to.
Exactly.
Not to mention, they couldn't have stabbed her from up there.
Exactly.
And if there's no place for the killer to sit, then there's no place for the bucket to sit.
Unless you take into account the size difference.
Size difference?
The space above the entrance might not be able to support a person, but it could still support something as small as a bucket.
And that thing supporting the bucket?
The killer wanted the bucket to be above. And for two things. For the bucket to be above the victim and in other words, you need to balance the bucket. But on what? I'm so confused. I would think on the door. Please don't say something stupid like the stepladder.
I got it.
I don't know how we overlooked this, but I've got it.
Oops.
The killer just balanced the bucket on the door.
Like in those water buckets?
None of y'all think of that shit, honestly. That's the first
Exactly.
thing I thought of with
When the victim came into the room,
the scalp.
she pushed open the door and caused the bucket to fall on the ground.
These kinds of things, rather.
That'd explain why we found it a couple feet from the victim.
That is a possibility, yes.
It sounds like the best conclusion.
There's just one problem. How was the killer able to reach that high?
Now you use a stepladder.
Unless they were abnormally tall, it'd be difficult to place something on top of that door.
Stepladder.
Well, let's use that as our next point of discussion. How did the killer set up this trap?
Elementary, my dear Watson. To balance that bucket on the door, the killer would need to reach pretty high. Was there anything at the crime scene they could have used as a boost? If I can answer that, it'll add further credibility to my theory. That's easy. Just...
This is it. There was a stepladder hiding behind the closet door. The killer probably used that. After climbing it, they could position the bucket right on top of the door.
Figures.
My precious stepladder? You think the bad guy used my super duper obvious stepladder?
Match point! Occam's razor!
Yes, it appears our killer didn't care much for subtlety. No matter how obvious it seems, it's the only answer that makes sense.
It was the only knickknack of its kind, too. If there's something else that killer could have used, it's escaping me.
I see. It makes sense with what we've got so far. But I'm not done yet. I still have one last question for you apes.
Leave me out of that, I'm not ape.
Please just leave us alone. Oh, I'm so tired.
Hey, don't be like that. Grace may be loud, but her questions have really helped our discussion.
Anyway, what was the killer doing when that bucket poured onto the girl's head?
He obviously didn't just stand there and observe.
That is a good question. That's actually a really good question. Is another spot thingy? Okay. Outside the janitor's closet? No. On top of the door frame? No. Behind the door? Probably. In the back of the janitor's closet? Let's do in the back.
I got it. I've got it. The killer was hiding in the back of the closet. If he was pressed up against the furthest shelf and facing the entrance, there'd be a diagonal path between him and his victim.
Yeah. Because if you're behind, that wouldn't work. Because how would you'd have to go through so much trouble just to go and stab them. Although you could have then just, come to think of it, it would have been even worse. Because even if it had failed, you could have just reached your arm out from around, swiped around the neck, and got them without them seeing who you are. If they or without anybody seeing it. Because if someone was in the doorway as well, say someone was in the hall and witnessed it, it would have been smarter to just be behind the door. But then you'd be fucked out of the way because they'd come in and immediately investigate most likely, or they'd get somebody. But then again, if they get somebody, you could listen for them to... I'm just theorizing what oh god, I'm like, oh great, time for strategies to pull in freaking DRP. Oh jeez.
I say diagonal because that's the only way you can make a direct charge forward.
True.
Also, when the victim entered the room, she would have been standing with her back to the hallway, right outside the killer's range. That's why the stab wounds were only made to her chest.
Creating the crime scene we found! Great job, guys! We're actually doing this!
That was the last mystery, right? We must have put everything together now.
Even if it's all fake, I feel really bad for this victim.
Pat.
It's an ugly sight, but she's no victim.
Huh?
Oh.
Well, technically she is, but let's be real. The girl was carrying a gun.
That's true. That is suspicious.
She probably provoked the killer, and they killed her in self-defense. It's a clear-cut case of the hunter becoming the hunted, no?
That is highly impossible, because telling by the trap that was set, you could tell that this murder was premeditated, which means it was not self-defense.
That's no excuse.
Exactly. Wolfie knows what I'm talking about.
There's no justifying murder. Killing a woman is the worst thing a man could do.
Oh, God.
You're emanating a sizable amount of emotional tension. Are you okay?
There's no excuse. There never was an excuse. 28 stab wounds.
True.
No girl, no person should ever suffer Kara's fate.
That is very much true. Are you the mastermind?
Wait, who's Kara?
It was the victim's name! Didn't anyone read the tablet?
I agree with you, dude, but you don't have to shout out your point.
Oi, what's all this about? We've figured out the case. Stop trying to drag it on.
No. We're not finished here.
The motive. He wants to know too. Do you know, Kara? Do you know?
Huh?
There's no murder without a proper motive. We need to discuss why Kara died.
And also the fact that it wasn't self-defense because it was obviously premeditated.
I am not going this far for a fictional murder case. We aren't looking for a murderer. We're looking for answers, which we have.
Do you turn in a half-finished exam, Winona? An essay without its conclusion?
I feel this guy so much.
This isn't about efficiency. This is about being right. Or do you, a supposed entrepreneur, not value integrity?
I love this guy. Tell it.
What the hell?
Let's just talk about the motive. There's no harm in doing that, right?
Well, what was the motive? Was the killer fighting for their life? Or were they going out of their way to murder?
Maybe the gun freaked him out.
Again, that would not be possible. It's not a spur-of-the-moment thing. if they even put the bucket in the first place. If you had the time to put the bucket in the first place, you knew someone was coming, which means it shouldn't have freaked you out. It shouldn't have surprised you. It wasn't a self-defense thing. You were plotting it from beforehand. Sorry.
If I was in the killer's shoes, I'd definitely be nervous.
Oh my god.
Thing is, while acting out of self-defense is possible,
it's not.
When does it look like this?
Given the severity, I'd liken it to a crime of passion.
Yep.
Something done on impulse?
Nope.
What if they were frightened? A spooky thing might have set them off big
Not
time.
possible.
That's wrong. There's no way this was done in self-defense.
We both know all too well.
No matter what excuse the killer uses, it doesn't change the fact they have blood on their hands.
You need to look at it deeper than that. There's a logical conclusion to this. You're getting a little bit too emotional, my friend.
Yo, bud, you seem a little pressed.
Thank you.
Silence! I won't allow this!
What was that? Wow, things are getting emotional. While you've only been using logical arguments to further the trial so far, now might be a good time to change your approach. Pathos? The fuck? The hell is that? Introducing the pathos mechanic. During non-stop debates, the emotionally charged commentary of your classmates will appear as purple text. These comments are called pathos statements. You can absorb these pathos statements by hovering over them with your reticle and pressing E, or left trigger. Left trigger is better. The pathos statement will then be loaded into your truth cylinder. Find a weak spot that is directly contradicted by the pathos statement, and fire. If successful, you will make a powerful emotional argument to counteract your opponents. Stay on the lookout for pathos statements. While you'll always be able to advance the trial using pure logic, emotional arguments can lead to some unique conversations. Well, I know what I'm gonna try out.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest!
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn killer. Just the crime scene they left behind.
Maybe he did.
This killer, dead or alive, deserves to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
I'm so confused. That didn't look like it. Huh? Do I have to actually have to press E?
To kill Kara so easily and without there
There's no way to take it. You expect me to stick with the sadistic killer? We shouldn't make a lot about the killers. This couldn't have been so. You don't even know just the crime scene. This killer deserves to be
brought to.
How can we do that? There's no reason to trust you if you have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
Do I still have the...
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Take a chill pill, man.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of one of humanity's brightest.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's
I want to wait
morals.
this out to see what all the options
This
are.
could have been self-defense.
You don't even know the damn
That's
killer.
agreeing, and that's not agreeing.
Just the crime scene they left behind.
Son of a
dead
bitch.
or alive.
deserves to be brought. But how can we do that? There's no way. If you
Have no proof.
So says the ultimate liar.
To kill
Kara so easily. There is no way to take it. You expect me to... This was the sadistic killer. We shouldn't make a lot about the killers. This couldn't have been so. You don't even know just the
crime scene they left.
the killer deserves brought to justice.
Oh my god.
But how can we do that?
There's no reason to trust you. If you have no proof.
Says the liar.
To kill Kara.
There is no way to take it. You expect me to...
This the killing of one of you.
We shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals.
Coming up.
This could have been self-defense.
Oh, God.
You
That's
don't
so
even
annoying.
know the
Deserves brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you.
Oh,
if
I just
you
hit
have
it.
No
I don't.
Proof.
I don't hold it.
So says the
Oh boy.
To kill
Kara so easily. There is no way to take it. You expect me to...
kill.
We should make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals.
God.
This could have been self-defense.
No, wait.
You don't even
You
know
wouldn't-
the damn
you wouldn't
killer.
go with it. Okay.
Just the crime scene. They.
Oh shit.
What's wrong?
Okay, no, I know what I have to do. That's
To kill
annoying.
Kara so easily. There is no way to take it. You expect me
I'm bad at. I'm so bad at this stuff.
This could have been self... You don't even know just the crime scene.
This killer
Dead or alive deserves
to be brought to justice!
But how can we do that? There's no reason to trust you. If you have
Why didn't
no
it?
proof.
Oh, I still have it.
So says the
Okay, yeah. Yep.
To kill Kara so easily and without restraint. There is no way to justify this.
Okay.
Take it.
You expect me to stay calm? This was the sadistic killing of humanity's brightest.
I don't see how
I
that
don't
relates to his
understand
point.
this. Oh my God!
To
what
kill
the
Kara
hell?
so easily without. There's no
It's
way to
infuriating.
just.
Take it.
You. This was the sadistic killing of.
Shouldn't make a lot of assumptions about the killer's morals. This could have been self-defense.
We
You
haven't
don't even
actually
know the damn killer. Just the
tried
crime.
this one.
the killer. That deserves to be brought. How can we do that? There's no reason.
You have no proof.
Wait, shit.
liar.
Oh God, I'm trying to understand this. Because that would be an agree. That would make sense to shoot it against that one. So the only one left over is.
To kill Kara.
This is killing me already.
You expect me to... We shouldn't make a lot about the killers. This could have been self... You don't even know
The damn crime scene they left behind.
the killer. That
Deserves to be brought to justice.
But how can we do that? There's no
Reason to trust you.
No,
Okay,
that's
that's
wrong.
what it is. I needed to slow down and read that. Pay attention more to that.
Expertise shouldn't be overlooked here. If there's anyone to believe,
I'm just
it's
gonna
the
straight
lawyer.
up say, I'm definitely going to be switching. Oh hi, Snowy. I'm definitely gonna be switching when I play like the full stuff. I'm definitely switching the action difficulty to like easy baby mode because I don't like the speed of these texts and shit. And I'm pressing all these buttons and stuff.
Say what?
I'm usually good with this stuff, but well, maybe I might get used to it. Who knows?
Wolfgang has spent his life in the courtroom and on the crime scene. He'd understand the criminal mind in ways we can't possibly imagine.
That is very true.
He was even emotionally invested in a murder case he'd never seen before.
Hi again. Have I been able to come watch before? No, I'm not sure. I feel like your name just sounds familiar. I don't know why. But if not, then welcome to the stream and whatnot. And if you have been, well, welcome again. I don't know. My
If
memory
his
is
lawyer's intuition tells us that
wonky.
the killer was in the wrong, then we have no reason to disagree. We're all ultimates for a reason. We need to trust in talent.
Well spoken. If Wolfgang is adamant about the killer's intentions, we should have faith in him.
Yeah, Wolfgang's clearly trying his best for us.
Oh, yeah, you did come once. I remember. I managed to get the Instagram link and all that jazz fixed this week, so that should be somewhere in the about. Okay.
Let's trust in the lawyer and his bargain bin buddy.
Arkin.
Hey! If it means going home, then new guys convinced me.
Right on! Team Wolfgang all the way!
Ah.
Oh, that's sweet. They're actually everyone's. You know, I was originally gonna be like, no, we should focus on the logic, but like doing this is also, it calms him down at least. I'm noticing. Yeah.
Thank you all for your support.
Now I'm just like, I would be horrible in a class trial if this is the right way to take things, because I would just think things logically come the whole way through.
Well, Eva, do you still disagree?
Even if I did, it's not worth pursuing.
Does this mean we're done here?
I wonder if it changes your relationship with certain people depending on how you... That would be actually very interesting.
Hey! We're Disembodied Voice! We figured out your stupid case! Now let us leave!
Are you kidding me? It's more garbled with the thingy.
Oh, you're finally done. In all honesty, I stopped paying attention a long time ago.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why on earth are we having this discussion in the first place then?
What? We only went through this case because of you.
Silly me, I have a short attention span. So, just for my own benefit, why don't you summarize the information you've learned? It'll be good practice.
Practice?
Fine. I'll do as you ask. I'll present the truth.
We'll present the truth together. Let's dig into it.
It's this. It's time to bring this trial to an end. It's time for the closing argument. During closing argument, you must summarize the case from start to finish. Naturally, your medium will be a comic book. Since the class trial it has a relatively good understanding of the case, some parts of the comic are already complete. But it seems your peers have glossed over the smaller details, judging by those gaps in the story. To fill these gaps, you have been provided a collection of stock panels. Use the WASD keys to navigate your stock, then press the space bar to select a panel. Hover your mouse over the relevant gap and press the left key to insert the panel. If you wish to undo your selection, simply press the space bar again. Don't forget the Q and E keys. Those are how you flip between pages. By the way, gaps will reveal a hint if you hover over them. If you ever need to revisit this information, the control panel is only one F3 key away. Now stand up straight and fix that tie. We got a case to close. Okay, crunching my fingers. Oh, I'm timed. This is anxiety. Where did the killer hide? What was the victim carrying? What is that? Wait. Huh? Oh, what is that? Going up the stepladder. Opening the door. In the janitor's closet. Where did the killer hide? I'm left clicking. What the hell? What the? Janitor's closet. What? Oh. Okay, that's how it works. What was the victim carrying? Going to the stepladder and... No, so next one. How did the killer reach the door frame? What did the killer pour into the bucket? Next. How was the trap triggered? Opening the door. Next up. What did the victim do when they were stabbed? Huh. Going up the stepladder. What did the killer pour to the... How did the killer reach the door frame? Now we get 3 more to open up, I'm assuming. Excuse me? Wait, huh? Oh. Oh, okay. What did the killer bucket... Wait. Clawing at the killer's neck, the assault rifle. What was the victim carrying? The assault rifle. And here, what did the victim do? Yes. Just clawing at the killer's neck. And obviously the last one must be the only one left. The bleach.
I got it.
That was neat.
The victim was Kara Koshkinen, the ultimate teacher's aide. Right before her death, she was wandering around the academy carrying a large assault rifle. That was probably when our unnamed killer, who was armed with a knife, spotted her.
And decided he'd put her to eternal rest. He slid inside that little janitor's closet, where he began hatching a deadly scheme.
Aye, they needed a way to surprise the victim, who was better armed.
I love that there's more than one character narrating this.
The killer grabbed a bottle of bleach from the closet and poured its contents into a bucket.
That's because they wanted to blind Kara by splashing the bleach in her eyes.
Sneaky little bastard.
But to do that, they would need to set a trap and catch the victim by surprise.
Come to think of it, the door being open slightly would probably pique the curiosity of the victim, which would be why they would be lured to the door. So that's also, in a weird way, a clever way to attract them if they didn't have any business going there. Interesting.
The killer moved a stepladder behind the closet door and climbed up it to reach the door frame.
That would mean you'd have to bet on the curiosity of the person, or bet that the person was going there. Unless you overheard some information that they were already going to go there anyways, which is a possibility.
There, they carefully placed the bucket.
That way, when the victim opened the door, the bucket would empty its contents all over her.
After completing this setup, the killer retreated to the far end of the janitor's closet and waited for the victim's arrival.
They also could have done that.
The killer could have made noise to attract the victim's attention. Either way, the victim tried to open the door.
I just noticed the pattern on her, sweater vesting, and I really love it.
And, the bleach splashed all over her. Her scalp, face, and eyes were severely burned.
Damaged hair, man.
Youch!
The killer leapt from his hiding place and began viciously attacking Kara. In his fit of rage and cruelty, he stabbed her from the front 28 times.
While being stabbed, the victim tried to fight back by clawing at the killer.
Oops, sorry. I jumped.
However, it didn't deter the killer, and the victim eventually died.
At present, we don't have enough information to reveal the killer's true identity, but their actions haven't been forgotten. That is the truth behind this case. Well, are you satisfied?
A measly 3 acts. Poor Horace would be beside himself.
Who the fuck is Horace? Why do we even fucking care?
Who the hell is...
No one cares! We've done your end of the bargain. Now let us out already!
That is what I promised, isn't it? Alright, I'll let you leave this room.
But not the facility, bitch.
But before I do, may I be frank with you all for a second? This entire time I've been hiding behind a speaker, afraid to show my face. My heart tells me you'll react cruelly to it. However, my head, it raises a compelling argument. Who cares what others think? Shouldn't I get to have a little fun once in a while? Yes, let's do away with these silly boundaries already. It's time we meet face to face.
I'm curious. Face to face?
What was that all about?
Everybody, look over there!
What the hell is this mascot gonna be? Probably... Oh boy. It's a small chair, so it's gonna be something... Or not. It's a person. And they have that mask. Of course they have the mask.
Toss away those pickaxes, peasants! The walls have finally crumbled. What will you do now that you've reached the other side? Will you treasure this new land? Serve it?
So it's either A, not one. So this is a completely separate person. Could also be working for somebody else. This could be kind of like a spy idea. This also could just be a robot for all we fucking know.
Or will you set it ablaze?
The hell?
Well, peasants, have you made your choice?
What? That's not your actual face. You're wearing
Yo,
a
what the
mask.
fuck is going on?
He's just relax. It's just a mask, bro. He's just dressed in a gaudy attire. Wait.
Are you the speaker guy?
Oh. But what if... I'm curious at that implication, because they could just... What if Damon knows this guy, and they're just using this to kind of like be like, oh no, of course he knows this guy. He recognizes him for the thing. But he didn't... But what if he actually knows the guy?
Speaker guy? No. You don't address your superiors like that.
Wait, I'm sorry. The way he looks underneath, why he be looking like the killer? He looked like one of those like gray, like the gray people from, of course, the ending animatic thing of what happened or whatever.
Within the halls of this academy, you'll refer to me by one name, and one name only. His Highness, the great and powerful Tozu, host of the Killing Game.
Time to find out what the hell that name means. Wait, but if this is an actual guy, can't you just fucking... Well, no, he'll see... If you're sneaky enough, though, you could kill him. How is he able to see everything if he's physically in front of you? But then again, he's probably going to be only in here, and where the fuck would you get weapons from in here? Although you could pocket weapons on you, but that wouldn't work. But then he'd see it. Yeah, okay, I could see how this would be safe for him to come out like that. They're probably going to a message like, yeah, the rest of it's going to... Wait. There's actually
done.
Really? There's stuff after? Okay. Or you can call me Tozu for short.
Hey.
What do you mean by... What do you mean killing game?
The show must go on.
Did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Quite the contrary. This is only the beginning.
That's...
Of what?
Why the long face?
Isn't it obvious? You, my dear subordinates...
My blood is rushing!
...are going to kill each other. That's like... That's not...
Come on.
That's not funny.
But then...
But you... I'm not... why am I reading all of these? My throat's gonna get messed up if I keep reading so much. Give you peasants an incentive. It's not looking... If you... see, I'm just not gonna speak. We're just gonna...
What?
Rubbish.
Yeah, he's gonna say, I let you leave. He's gonna give him a... no, it's gonna... let's just see. Should you all agree on the right answer, you... Can I... Why is it on auto? I don't like this. You could leave this room, not go home. Yeah, I knew he was gonna bring that up.
You...
What did you expect?
Not okay!
What did you guys expect? No, he did not. Technically speaking. I love when they do that whole thing with the technically I didn't lie.
Dude!
Pathetic.
Come to think of it, this whole little investigation thing could have been a way to get them to get used to the sight of shit so they wouldn't be as phased and they wouldn't have the same exact, I don't know, reaction,
Please
whatever,
don't.
words, brain, thinking, thoughts.
I just want to go home.
Oh, Eloise. Whoever kills you, I will kill them.
There's no need to worry.
You don't know that. You only know that you wouldn't. And even still, do you really trust yourself? After all, you almost lost it during the trial. What makes you think you wouldn't lose it over something else?
Let's see.
I'm much the same way. This game you propose, a killing game between two who don't even have the heart to kill.
Nonsense.
Do you seriously think we'll abandon our morals so quickly?
Hey!
Yeah, that's totally right. We're like super boring people. We don't have what it takes to do something like this.
Indeed.
Terribly soft, softer than the most delicate piece of mochi. But that makes it all the easier to manipulate in this situation. When I see a fly in my room, I catch the poor deer in a jar and return her to nature.
I would never!
My mochi heart would melt otherwise.
I see.
I wonder if mochi actually melts. I don't think it does. Considering what I think it's made of.
How interesting.
What do you mean? You lack the heart to kill. Do you even know anything about them besides their names and ultimate talents?
Pathetic!
If you do, then tell me, regarding killing, where do they stand? Are they okay with murder if it's for the greater good? Are they okay with murder if it guarantees their survival? Is where they currently stand on the issue the same as where they're willing to stand? Go on. You've had a couple hours to get to know everyone. That's plenty of time to learn their life stories, right? Should I take that as a no? Goodness, what a surprise.
Plot twist!
Not. You wouldn't be here, all dressed up in that fancy suit, if you were so naive.
That just spoils.
That trial you just did, that was your preparation for the killing game.
Get out.
I knew it. How? All you did was make us play detective.
Plot twist!
And for good reason. He's gonna explain things now. If one of you is killed, see, this is what I like. He explains it from the get-go. The remaining students will participate in the true class trial. Your objective here is simple: uncover the culprit if you can. Using evidence you've gathered during the investigation, you will argue who you believe committed the murder. The result will be decided by popular vote, and if you choose the right person, they alone will be executed, and the killing game will continue. However, if you choose the wrong person, the guilty party will be set free, and the rest of you will be executed instead. Please, nobody ask what executed means. It's pretty obvious if you know what the definition of that word is. Those are the rules of the game. Everyone understand? Thank you, I'm not...
Isn't this lovely?
Really? I think it's one of our most beautiful rules. Everyone has an incentive. Yeah, I like that actually, because it makes them actually want to continue. That's... Yeah, that's clever.
What's happening?
That's insane. You're treating us like pigs to slaughter. Why are you surprised? This man looks fucking insane.
Such disrespect.
All of you have the chance to survive this game. Do you think the common butcher is so merciful?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if no guilty party ever escapes, the killing game will end when there are only 2 students left. You may want to remember that, or maybe you don't care. It depends on what kind of person you... Interesting. Out of the 16 people here, only 2 would be allowed to survive.
No shot.
2 people. That's hardly better than if someone gets away with murder.
Well done.
I know. That's what makes it so funny. Most of you will die no matter what, and yet, with every passing trial, you'll all cling to life more desperately.
The show must go on.
And that exact mindset is what causes more murders to happen. Aren't these rules... Oh, they are. They are. Horrible as they are. Perfect test of the limits of human compassion.
I have an appetite for destruction.
I'm just not gonna voice this guy's lines. I personally don't let... Somebody hit him. Did he seriously not think that anybody would hit him? Like, are you stupid? I bet this person's gonna get killed. Please don't be who I think it is. Oh,
I've said it a million times, you mangy fucking mutt! I want nothing to do with this stupid game!
Is she gonna save us from this?
Ow, 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 ow! Stop it!
Since you've made it clear you won't listen to reason, I'll just make sure you have no arms to kill with!
Do you even listen to when I talk? I'm not the one doing the killing. It's you who are...
I'm enjoying this slightly. God. Oh, fuck.
Hey! Stop already! There's a...
She's... Damn. Nobody liked her, though. Really? But if the air... Did they... I think probably purposely shot her to graze her cheek. Because they wouldn't want to risk losing a participant. The hell are you? So this is a group. Can we just like kill them? Just kill all of them. The Panther has to be the bad one.
For real?
Zoo suddenly fearful. Everyone slowly backed away from Toad, fearful for their lives.
You think?
Mara. Now I need to know what that name means. God. If any of you has tried to jeopardize this killing game such as by attacking me, she'll be there to put an end to your shenanigans.
Pardon me.
Even though she... No, that was intentional. Yeah.
In any case...
You asked me if I knew anything about my friends besides their names and talents.
No matter.
Truthfully, I don't. But I'll continue to trust them as if I do, because they're ultimates. They are charged with betterment of society. They've proven themselves to be above simple acts of self-interest.
We will not succumb!
Even if you trap us, fire guns at us, and force us to endure farcical courtroom procedures. Grace was trying to compose herself, still clearly shocked by her run-in with death.
Don't test me.
Guys, are they talented? Do you really think an ultimate would fall for this bullshit?
Don't get it mixed up.
One by one, the students raised their voices in solidarity with Wolfgang. All of them were so confident in what they were saying, so willing to blindly put their faith in each other. And for some reason, it made me sick. Oh, you are going to be the villain, aren't you?
My.
Aye.
What is this horrible feeling of contempt? Why do I feel this way when everyone else seems so hopeful? The voice inside me was answered by another.
No.
The students turned their attention toward Eva, surprised by her words.
It's the truth.
What a joke.
Look. Can't you see?
You bitch. Don't talk about him that way.
That's enough.
Thank you. Suddenly, Ingrid stepped in front of Wolfgang protectively. At the same time, that is actually quite dangerous. That is quite dangerous. Why do I feel like somebody's going to kill him though? Because of that.
Please.
The horrible feeling grew stronger as the other students admonished Eva. It grew stronger and stronger, and I knew I had to say something. Eva's right.
No!
I know.
Look, I get it. You want to make the situation less scary for everyone. But Eva made a good point. All of us have a clear motivation to leave this place, even at the cost of other people's lives. Whether it's to see our families again, or for the sake of our talents.
Don't say that!
That's not it.
Diana, you yourself admitted you had too much to achieve. Don't you see how that's playing into the masked man's hands? This whole "we're all ultimates" thing is pretty inane anyways. After meeting all of you, it's clear none of us have the same goals.
Hold on.
This question angered me more than anything that had been said before. I could no longer suppress my true feelings.
That's wrong.
Look, the title barely means shit nowadays, alright? Most ultimates are just dullards obsessing over some pointless hobby. Their talents don't contribute anything of worth. The only thing they're capable of is leeching off the public attention for their own goals.
You've got to be kidding me.
No.
Some of you are an exception, obviously. But come on, there's no way the rest of you can improve the world we live in with your niche fixations.
That was very...
I could feel their words worming their way into my soul. What makes you so special? Well, I can actually achieve many things with my talent. I can argue policy, consider ethics and morality.
Yeah.
Better yet, I was the one who got you guys through that first trial.
Really?
Shrimp?
Not good enough.
The hell?
Wait, I wasn't trying to... It was no use. They turned against me, hurling obscenities, scowling, or simply shaking their heads.
Isn't this lovely?
Get lost.
Good evening.
Just obliges. He returned to his podium with the masked woman tailing closely behind. The bizarre mechanism that brought him into the room lowered the two of them to the ground and out of sight. This guy's definitely gonna... I'm thinking actually this guy's gonna kill somebody now.
Hey.
It was only when the madman had left that reality truly began to set in. I'm trapped in a killing game with people who despise me. This is a nice picture. How did this happen? Maybe because you shouldn't have opened your stupid ass mouth, you dumbass. You shouldn't even have thought the stupid shit. Ingrid looks really pretty here. Like, prettier than normal a little bit. I just wanted to help. I wanted to make sure we didn't trust each other too easily. Really now? Really, I don't believe it. I don't exactly believe it. And now I'm being treated like the bad guy. Will these people practice what they preach? Will they really refuse to kill? I can't trust anyone here. For better or for worse, it's me versus them. So cued the beginning of the end. The beginning of an unfathomable nightmare, an unrelenting despair. The beginning of the killing game. And I get the feeling with that music that that's it for... Yep. Oh wait, if the mic is picking it, but I'm applauding. Vows woven by stitches and needles. Surviving Oh, this is such a cute artwork. Wait, I loved that. That was such a pretty artwork. Props to the artist. That was actually really nice looking. Well, I guess that's it for this series. I've managed to finish 30 minutes ahead of time. If you guys want, you can ask away questions and whatnot while these credits go by. I kind of want to let the credits roll because these people deserve all the credit and all the screen time because they did really great. And probably will do even greater in the future. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. A reminder also, I will be playing Virtue's Last Reward on Saturdays, starting next Saturday, and I will be doing 6-hour streams from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time. I'm still going to be continuing Terraria on Sundays like usual, and my art streams. Hopefully I can get back to that proper next Thursday. Tuesdays, though, I will be following up the Portal episode with Portal 2. Hopefully that won't just be one video, and it's probably going to be for the same 4 hours. It's probably going to be for 4 hours each stream. Also, if you haven't already, feel free to look in the About page. I have my Instagram, my Facebook, my YouTube for where I post the videos and whatnot, and all the streams and stuff afterwards, as well as the Discord server, which is where if something tends to happen last minute, because I can't really necessarily advertise some things, like when I cancel streams or postpone streams or switch things, I will probably be posting it up there. And also, it's a good way to just, like, chat with me casually. I'm very active on Discord, not as much on Facebook, since my Facebook is kind of new, and I mainly only use Instagram for posting art, which, again, I only post when I have the art done, for the most part. Well, yeah, for the most part. I am working on a lot of sprites that I have to do for the roleplay, base sprites for the roleplay. I mainly just decided to do it to just do it for fun, and also to just give a visual. Oh, that was it? Wow, I thought it might be longer. A visual reference for the characters in that roleplay that we do. So I do occasionally post updates when I do batches of groups, but well, that was the intro or chapter 0 of Project Eden's Garden. I will be posting this hopefully tonight. If I forget, I'll probably do it tomorrow before tomorrow's stream. And yeah. I did not do a predictions yet. Is there a way to check all the characters is the question? Because I need all the characters in front of me so I remember each and every one of them, because I tend to forget one or two. Although if one of you can make a list, it will probably jog my memory. Let me do something. Let me go to my stream chat so I can see the chat clearer and better and see like the previous things. Goodness. Here's my thing. I don't really know about predictions, because the thing is, I could do a basic predictions, like the stereotypical, there's always chapter 1, 1 murder, chapter 2, same thing, chapter 3, there's 2 victims, 1 murder, so and so, and then chapter 6 is like, the mastermind gets killed and there's 5 survivors and whatnot. I could do that if you want me to. I'd be willing to do that. I just need I could actually search, fuck it, I bet I could search it up. The character, the cast list, project, up, it was there. No, I want to find the proper one. This should be it. Can I check out the cast? Por favor. Oh, there's a Discord. I will join that probably at some point. I haven't joined new servers in a while. But yeah, I'm going to. I still want you to enjoy the music at least, so I'm gonna have this open at least. Let me see. Where are? Is there a way to see all the? Oh, that's not what I meant to click. Whoops. Is there a way to check the characters? I don't see it. Maybe, perhaps. Okay, now let me try this then. Why does it do that? I try to. Okay. Does this say? No. Yes and. Okay, so they have. Okay, so let's see. Goodness. So. I have to think about this. Kai is giving me chapter 1 so badly. I feel like he's going to be a chapter 1 killer. Well, no. He could be I know he's giving me the same thing though. Chapter 1, he's giving me a lot of chapter 1. Especially with his reaction, how quiet he was. I feel like he's starting to actually snap inside. I don't know how things are going to go exactly. Because of course they could just reformulate things and screw with how the number of people like get killed or are the killers or whatever, what have you. But if I were to go, like, all I know is I think I did have a prediction, but it was probably not on stream, of the 5 that I think would survive. If I were to pick what I would assume to be the surviving 5, obviously the main character, obviously Eva because she's so freaking important. Then I'd pick probably Ulysses, I think is his name. Who else? Wolfgang. And there's one more that's in my brain. That's picking my brain. Desmond. Ulysses? No, not Ulysses, actually. Ulysses, knowing him, actually, now that I think about it, Ulysses would actually get killed probably because of... Actually... You know what? I'm gonna say it's gonna be Diana, Wolfgang, Damon, Eva, and Desmond. Desmond's definitely surviving. He gives me those vibes of like he's just gonna be the guy that's just there. Cause I feel like the people who survive tend to be like they try not like yes, every character gets their chance to like shine and get story development and might be involved in 1 or 2 chapters, but I feel like the ones that tend to survive, or at least a good bet for survival in this kind of scenario, would be don't draw too much attention to yourself, don't get any enemies, and he just gives me those vibes. He gives me the vibes of I'm just going to be the innocent passerby that's just going to write it out and not cause drama. Then again, Wolfgang, he draws a lot of attention, but a lot of people sympathize with him. So I could kind of see him surviving by default because everybody's willing to protect him because of how he sympathizes with others. Damon, solely because it's solely because Damon and Eva are solely because they seem so damn important. Although we all know I would love Damon dead. Now, who are my top 5 that would love to survive? Ingrid and Eloise, obviously. Wolfgang's in there. So Ingrid, Eloise, Wolfgang, Jet, and Owlboy, Ulysses. Those are my 5. As for who gives me very much, like, who scares me immediately off the bat, obviously, is Kai. Kai is freaking out so much, and he's so dead quiet, he looks like he's broken, which is definitely going to lead to something, obviously, happening. Something must have snapped in that little brain of his. Who else? I feel like people are obviously going to try to kill Damon. I feel like people are going to try to kill Ulysses because he writes things down, and that's a threat to anybody who doesn't want to be caught. Same thing with, freaking... He's already painted a target on his back of freaking Wolfgang because he's up in that area. He's like getting everyone's trust, and let people trust him. People could easily backstab him at the same time and would want to kill him because the fact that he's such a good lawyer, he would find them out. So they'd have to kill him. Eva's good mainly for scapegoating because of her talent. And as for Damon, Damon's also good for scapegoating potentially because he's an asshole. Of course he's gonna kill. That's what everyone will default to thinking. As for victims, I feel like, why do I get the feeling that the victims are gonna be like the dumber characters, like Jean, what's her name? Grace. Maybe even Ingrid. I don't want Ingrid to die. I really don't want Ingrid to die. Then again, because usually I noticed that the muscular characters never survive. Maybe this time's different. Heck, there's 2 muscular characters. I'm just praying it's Ingrid and not Jean. Because I prefer Ingrid. Although, if Jean survives, cool, but Ingrid also better survive. If Jean survives over Ingrid, I'm going to be salty slightly. But that's because I'm a simp. Goodness. But I feel like it's going to be the more smarter or more well-grounded, like in the between, not too smart, not too stupid, that would commit the murders. Otherwise, it'd make for a really, well, unless somehow they're really, really smart somehow. Or got advice from somebody else who ended up, no, but no one would do that. Who would even do that? Why would you even do that? That'd be a detriment to your life in that case. That'd be stupid. No one would do that. No one in their right minds. And there's no one that I could see as crazy yet, but for all we know, there could be some sort of Nagi joke thing happening between characters like Kai, who's giving me scary vibes. Certain circumstances can also happen. Yeah, there's a lot of things to take into account here. I can't really say 100% for sure. Brain. Brain is braining. But like, there are obviously those people that are like more aggressive and more like, I know Grace is obviously like, oh yeah, she's probably gonna kill somebody, but I'm like, I feel like, actually, you know what'd be interesting? Because if she kills somebody, that's obvious. If she's a victim, it's gonna be like another Miyu. But what if she survives? That would be interesting. No one likes her and yet she survives. Oh god. That'd be kind of funny. I'd laugh if that happened. I wouldn't be completely mad about that. I still don't like her, but I wouldn't be completely... I mean, she does raise some valid points, like in the argument. She did raise some very valid points. There is one little thing, though, that bothered me about the trial. There was 2 things that bothered me about the trial. One, the usage of the victim file in terms of that logic at the beginning with the, whatchamacallit, with the fucking... the fact that she could have been carrying the revolver. Like, I get the victim files talking about person. I guess. You know what? Yeah, I guess that would make sense. Now that I think about it a little bit more, it's starting to make a little more sense. I guess I wasn't thinking rationally because I felt pressed for time. And then the other thing that really bothered me is that, like, yeah, we went to going along with Wolfgang and his intuition and stuff, but we never solved his thing on the motive. We never even like talked about it. We could have at least like tried to theorize just a little bit, but of course we don't know. Also, you guys, I know that Aoxys was talking about it at some point, saying, or somebody said something in one of the previous chats about this, about something about freaking Kara being like the Rantaro of the game, and I agree. That would actually be really nice if they like used the whole story, like they brought it up bit by bit, and it was important, and it was actually a reason as to why they're all there in reality. They're all connected somehow. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, Oak and you, because you guys got big brain. But yeah, I could see that being a thing. If they don't, slightly wasted opportunity, but it's okay. There's probably another way to like make things a little bit interesting or something. I'm just curious, what motives are they going to even do motives? Because it's kind of like, oh, we don't have the motives, and like, actually we do. So do they even need the motives is the question. Then again, there has to be a motive for murder unless it's like some sort of accident or self-defense. But that can't fly with every single case, of course. There's like probably going to be 5 cases, maybe 6. So yeah, It went one step further and also thought Kara and Diana are related. I don't know. It's possible. It's a little bit of a stretch in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Of course, you could debate either way when I look at all the facts. I think there's just no way to prove this. We don't have information as I've been saying. I could try making a prediction chart if you really want me to. I would suggest, like, because I know they do these like meme things or something, or like it's kind of phrased like shown like a meme, but it's like this weird chart of like all the characters' faces, and then you like write down like a little symbol for whether you think they're the victim of this thing, or the killer of that thing, or the survivor, or the mastermind, or yada yada yada. Which the fact that there are two, that's the other thing. The fact that there are two actual people running the game that are there, and there's probably a whole group, that very much kind of gives the vibe of none of you 16 are the reason for this happening, which is refreshing to have a cast where none of them are the mastermind, because I'm sick of, oh, we gotta find the mastermind among us, and like, why do they have to be among you? They could just be a separate entity. Again, they could also just use that as a red herring to give you a false sense of security, and then out of nowhere pull out the actually, I was actually running the whole thing the whole time, and I was just using literally, I already forgot his name. Something. The guy with the mask. They could just be using him as a figurehead, like a false face of a politician kind of ordeal. They could be the false mastermind, and then the bodyguard's there as well. And the real person, Tozu. Yes, Tozu. They could be using him and Mara to be like, yeah, it's not among us. Guess what? I'm here, actually. Haha. But then, why would the mastermind want to be in the game? Probably to not make an obvious target of themselves. But then, you could just easily be like, well, if we're a whole group that's running this thing, I could just sit far behind the sidelines, like in the bleachers, watching everything, and have Tozu just be my stand-in, my assistant manager, and he just pretends to be me. Well, I just literally watch everything. It could be somebody who's not even there, which would be the smartest, honestly, the most logical thing to do in that position, because then you would not risk yourself at all, unless the person was pretty much insane and wanted to be a part of the game. Which, I mean, is possible. I mean, for frick's sake, Tozu is insane, unless they just took the guy and have a way to control him, and maybe they don't actually agree with him, they're just using him kind of like their freaking pet or something, which would be honestly amusing in my opinion, if Tozu was basically just their little pet and they just could like screw around with them and all that. They seem more reasonable than Junko. True. Tozu does seem more reasonable than Junko. Definitely more reasonable. Still, he's pretty unhinged. And I feel like I would like it if the mastermind was not even involved. Like, they were like sitting back watching it. And like, they were running it, but they're not even showing themselves. They're actually smart. Like, and the whole thing is for like an actual proper reasoning, and not just for craziness and shit. And they just have Tozu there just to throw them off. Tozu's just a little red herring. They're waving in front of the pingus, the penguins that are the students and shit. Goodness. But yeah, Newt. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end this here though, because I don't really have much else to really say besides, of course, check the about, yada yada, check my little links and whatnot, etc, etc. And of course the usual stream, just check the schedule, it can be changing. I'm also in the process of still getting a job, so that could change at any moment, hopefully, crossing my fingers. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow night at the same time, but for longer. See you guys later. Yoki.